Well, a rare briefing of the full Senate on the North Korean nuclear threat later today. Joining us to talk about this, Brad Blakeman, a former advisor to President George W. Bush. Good morning, Brad.
Good morning.
How real is the threat from North Korea, and what do you believe should be done about it?
The threat is real. We have somebody who is making threats not only against the United States, but our allies in the Pacific Rim, specifically South Korea and Japan. And that can't stand. He's building the instrumentalities as we speak to make good on those threats. Now, what we should do about it, I think, is clear. And that is anything North Korea does adversely that affects that area, and specifically us and our allies, should be the problem of China. North Korea could not exist a day without the support from China, both militarily and humanitarian needs that they have. So President Trump was right when he met with the president of China and told him he has to step up and do more. But it's China's problem, not ours.
The UN has a Security Council meeting on Friday. They are expected to discuss North Korea. Do you expect to see more sanctions against the country and/or more action from China to deal with this nuclear threat?
Well, here's the problem. China has a veto. And if they exercise that veto, it's as if the meeting never occurred. So I think what we need to do is put bilateral and also universal pressure. And the UN just discussing it, I think, helps in that regard. Whether or not anything gets passed, I doubt it, because anything adversarial to China will be vetoed by them.
And China's leader, Xi, actually has asked Donald Trump to show restraint on this whole thing. In the meantime, things have gotten a lot hotter over the last 24 hours. North Korea has conducted a huge live fire drill. It involved to about 400 artillery pieces, and the U.S. has docked a nuclear submarine in South Korea. Are we heading for some sort of military confrontation sooner than later?
Well, I think the ball is in China and North Korea's court. We're certainly not going to act out in a first strike, but on the other hand, we cannot let North Korea proceed on its path of getting even more nuclear weapons than they have and making continued threats. And Donald Trump is right, as our president. Either China's going to solve the problem or we're going to solve it, but one way or the other, it's going to be solved. We cannot continue on this course.
Britt Hume on Fox News last night brought up a great point. He said, you know, in years past, we like to dismiss the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un as crazy. Is he more calculated and shrewd than crazy at this point?
I think it's a combination of being completely out of touch and being crazy. I think that here you have a guy who's never been outside his country other than for a short period in Europe being educated. Other than that, he's basically a hermit who thinks that he can push people around. But here's the thing. He's the size of Ohio with 24 million people. Are we going to permit this guy to run roughshod over not only ourselves but our allies with dangerous weapons? I don't think we can afford that.
Brad Blakeman, we really appreciate your insight. Thank you. Former advisor to President George W. Bush, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure.